Casey Perez. I'm VP of Global Accounts, and that means that I manage all of my own accounts, and I'm my own business owner, and I've been with HPN Global for 13 years. It's hard to count. It's all been amazing. It's been hard. It's been rewarding, and it's been everything that I've made it with the full support of our team, our leadership, our core executive team, as well as all of my HPN friends. Has HPN changed my life? I have to say yes, but it's hard to do all this without getting emotional because it has changed my life so significantly. I came from a place of working in corporate hotels and CVBs, and I learned so much from those organizations: how to be a top sales professional, how to manage my accounts, how to interface with clients in a very professional and kind manner. But I was never allowed to be myself. And in HPN, you're allowed to be yourself. They embrace it, they encourage it. And that's what I needed, because it took me from, $1 million in sales to 20 million in sales annually. And I'm not saying that to just throw out numbers. And I don't even know if those are the right numbers, to be honest. It's just been such an extreme advancement in my career because I was able to finally be myself and manage the customers the way I know that they needed to be managed and the way that I always felt like they needed to be managed, which was in a really kind and professional and honest way. Every place that I ever worked, I felt like I was always advocating for my customer versus maybe the hotel that I was working for or the bureau that I was working for. So now to be in a position where I could take 25 years of hospitality experience, of contract management, of understanding how to deal with an account base and to be able to communicate with hotels and put all of that to use. I have an extremely full toolkit that I'm able to provide those services in a bigger, more professional way for my customers to help them get better contract terms, better rates, better concessions. And on the flip side of that, I treat my hotel partners like they're family, because they are. We're all in this together. This is not brain surgery, right? We're not saving lives, we're not taking lives. It's really about connecting with our customers and with our hotel partners, because I want to make sure that when my customers bring in their thousands of friends to that hotel front door, that they're excited about seeing my customers and their attendees, right? They're not dreading, oh gosh, we got this cheap hotel rate, or we got these unbelievable concessions. I want them to be really excited that my attendees are walking through the front door and really roll out that red carpet. So that's a long way of saying that HPN changed my life because it let me be me. And that's the most successful way that I can be me. And I think uncapped potential is really hard to understand when you first get started in HPN or as your own business owner in general, because it's like not understanding who you are yet, right? And so I always felt like there was more, but I was never able to explore that because nobody embraced it or really encouraged it or really let me do that, right? And instead, they were just always trying to put me back in the bottle, right? Calm down, don't do this, don't fight so hard for those concessions, don't do what you need to do for your client. And that's the real difference. I feel like I'm making a difference in my customers' lives. And that may sound corny because it's hotel contracts, but when you can make the difference of a conference being successful or not, because of the contract rates, because of the concessions, because of the terms and conditions, to really allow that event to be free and to excel the way that it should, then you've changed the life of that conference and you've let that grow and expand. So when I say uncap my potential, I'm saying that all of these things that I've learned over the years, to be able to put those to use for my customers is impactful. And then on top of it, now I have an assistant, I have people to help me and support me in my life and in my business, because I've said I want to do more. I want more clients. But at the same time, I need to be able to serve those customers in the right way. And the way I can do that is by getting more support staff, by teaching my administrative assistant to negotiate contracts in a better way and the whys behind why we do that contract negotiation, so that I can continue to be forward facing with my customers at the same time that I know and can be confident that those contracts are the way that they should be, and always having an opportunity to look at those. So that's a really 10-second, 20-minute version of it, really. But it's really about understanding how you want your business to grow. And I think the first couple of years of being at HPN, you can't even grasp that yet, right? It's when you're 3 years down the road and you're starting to see that success and you're starting to go, okay, what do I want my business plan to look like? Do I want to work at my desk for 8 hours a day or 6 hours a day? Okay. Or I don't. I want to be at my desk a less time, or, be on the phone less time. And so then you want to cap yourself. But I didn't. I want it all, right? I want as many customers as possible as long as I can serve them in the right way. I think the flexibility absolutely does play into my role. I am old school. Up until probably 3 years ago, I still wore a suit at my desk because that was just how I felt more professional. But I get dressed and put on makeup every day before I go to my desk. That's my rules. I have set times at my desk, but that is really just my own personal motivation and the way that I need to stay focused. But talking with my other colleagues, they do it differently. They are on the road on their laptop. I like to have my 2 screens so I can look at the contracts in a certain way, right? But I think the point is that everybody can do their own thing. I know what motivates me and what I need to do to stay self-motivated. And that genuinely is a big part of the success with HPN. You have to be self-motivated. You have to want it. And if you want it, you get it, period. I talk to everybody around me like, can I do this? Can I do this? My best friends, my mentors, all of that were like, are you kidding me? You're the best of the best. Go out and get it. Like, if anybody can do this, you can do this. Walking down the street these days is scary, right? So why not be scared while you can take hold of your life and make more money? I got tired of making more money for the people that I was working with. When I looked at what I was doing and the way that I was excelling over my peers and my colleagues, I was like, no, I'm 100% over what my team goal is. What am I doing? Like, I could be making this money for myself and not worried about clocking in at 8 o'clock in the morning, which, after being on a site visit till 11 o'clock at night, having somebody ticked off that I'm not at my desk at 8 o'clock in the morning, it just didn't make any sense to me anymore. And especially these days, I think people harness that bravery more than I did 13 years ago. But if you're scared, that is totally natural. You'd be crazy not to be scared, right? You have to be bold and courageous to take this step. And if you're not, then you're not going to be bold and courageous when you're out getting customers and, talking about who you are and what your value is to a customer. So harness that bravery because it's in all of us.